Hey guys, it's me Abhi here, and welcome to an ACT book review. Today, we're going to be reviewing Tutor Ted's ACT Practice Tests by Ted Dorsey. So as you guys know, I'm actually a huge fan of ACT test books. I have a giant collection of them. I do plan to review most of them, and it always interests me to see the different practice sets or to see how each different text or each different book goes about trying to teach you the information and give good practice tests and ask good questions and help you through it. And Tutor Ted's is allegedly one of the best ones. I say allegedly because I do think that it does lack in a lot of areas, but I do think that it has a lot of convenience to it. So for once, it markets itself as a non-boring test prep. And when it says non-boring, it doesn't really mean non-boring. It more means that it shoehorns in jokes and occasional pop culture references into it. Like one day it'll say, like let's say for example, it's talking about talking about airport security, and it'll just briefly be like, now we all know airport security is a pain. That's not really funny to me. It just seems like a lame attempt at creating humor within the book, and I don't have a problem with putting humor in ACT books, but really when you're studying for an ACT, if you're serious about studying and you buy an ACT book because you are serious about studying, so to incorporate jokes, it just seems like an inappropriate time, and it sort of highlights how shoehorned the jokes feel. Now, one of the most important thing about ACT practice books is the tests themselves, and Tutor Ted's ACT practice tests by Ted Dorsey has 4 practice tests, and they all have the answers. So if you just scroll here, that it's got the typical English, maths, grammar, science, the sorts. But what I like about it is that they kind of break down what you get wrong. So let's say I got number 41 on this one test wrong. I just head over to it and it gives me the right answer, but it also breaks down why it's the right answer and why the other options are incorrect. I do think that one downside to the practice tests in general is that and even the explanations, is that a lot of them don't rely as much on getting the right answer, and they rely more on which one isn't the right answer. And that's, I think, an issue because you want to know why you get it right. You don't want to really know why the other ones are wrong, because to be honest, at times it can be, and it works both ways, right? At times it can be faster to rule out the answers rather than answer the question all the way through. But for some of the questions that they have it with, it doesn't make sense to go with the ruling out method, more so just solve the equation, right? So if it's a long equation, instead of plugging all of the numbers into the calculator, at that point it would just be easier to get the right answer. So I do think that's a problem with the book. And even the test itself, on Amazon and whatnot, it's been getting glowing reviews saying the tests are good. I will say one thing, and that is that they don't seem to accurately represent the real ACTs, and this is after taking the ACT twice. I noticed a lot of the questions in the book were a lot easier than what you actually get, and they don't progressively get harder. It's just they're pretty by the numbers. The questions, you're not looking, if you're looking for a challenging test, one that you think, because it's always better for ACT prep to be over-prepared than under-prepared, and in a book like this, you're really getting underprepared, and so I can't really say I recommend the practice tests. As for the explanations themselves, they're all just very, very basic level reviews. They're just telling you what you need to know, the very basics of them, pretty much like your standard ACT book. The biggest thing about this is the practice tests. Hold on, if we head over to the beginning here. Right, you see here they're just telling you about the ACTs rather than really, and just the content you need to know rather than getting deep into the material. And most of the information they give you is displayed in the answer key. So really, if you're looking for something to help you with learning, this is not the right book to get. This is more just for practice tests, for easy practice tests. But if you are looking for something challenging, then I recommend something else, like Barron's, where I feel like Barron's more accurately it is boring, Barron's, but really you're not really looking for entertainment. You're not studying for the ACTs for fun. I don't know about you, but I'm doing it out of a sense of duty. And in all honesty, I don't think that this practice test is worth it. You're better off buying Barron's, where you get more detailed explanations. You get harder tests. I think the tests are much better in Barron's, and you overall are getting a more accurate assessment of how you're going to do on the finals. So yeah, that's my Tutor Ted's ACT practice test by Ted Dorsey review. If you want to see more ACT test book practice book reviews, then please do comment, rate, and or subscribe. This has been me, Abhi, here, signing off. Peace off.